Hola, amigos. I should drink some beer.
It's another twofer.
Twofer. Ooh. No, nice. Check it out. Very cool. The bloke on the front, the astronaut who's getting all fucked up, he reminds me of the guy who was getting all fucked up by his coffee like a couple ago.
I've just created this monstrosity that I need to...
I mean, the surface tension work you've got going on there is spectacular. Cheers, all. That is a hazy. Doesn't taste very hazy. Doesn't taste particularly wheaty, but I don't think that's what it's promising.
More tropical than the tropical beer we had.
Hazy isn't wheaty. It's not a wheat beer.
It is sometimes. Sometimes you have hazy wheaties, but this is not that. Obviously, it is a beer, not a lager, but there is something about it that's quite like it's towards the lager end of beers.
It tastes like a quite hoppy IPA.
I'd say it was probably hoppier than Hazy Jane.
Yeah, I would agree. Concur.
Didn't we have a hazy that was hoppier than Hazy Jane?
Yeah, it was a strong one, wasn't it? There was a Heavy Gravity, which was a hazy IPA, which we put just above Hazy Jane.
We did. I can't remember why we put it just above Hazy Jane. Was it more flavourful?
Better can, I think.
I don't think this is as good as Heavy Gravity was, and therefore it is not as good as Hazy Jane.
I'd agree.
Because it's not got that... There's a slight sweetness of Hazy Jane, I think, that this doesn't have.
This is very, very hoppy, I actually think, as I continue to drink more.
It's very drinkable.
It's so comical that a big rating of alcoholic drinks is, well, it's drinkable. I could drink it. It's like the absolute minimum requirement of a drink.
Story time again, another scenario for you.
Oh, I love story time.
I need an intro like you're reading to your kids, please. So welcome to Story Time with Papa Mark.
Follow for seats. How's your day been?
Been great, Papa Mark.
If I had it at a pub, I'd really like it, but then if someone said, I'd get another round in, do you want the same? I'd probably be like, I'll try something else.
It does taste a lot stronger than only 4.5%.
I think that's the hops.
Yeah, but if you wanted something in your something that would be quite slow to drink, but not insanely alcoholic.
I do wonder whether we think things that are very hoppy are quite alcoholic. Whether that's because we associate the taste of hops with very boozy, because really hoppy beers tend to be really alcoholic. So if you get something that's really hoppy, you just go, oh, it must be really boozy.
Well, the brewers at the moment do sort of their, let's mix it up by putting even more hops in and some extra alcohol in.
I've had some really nice double dry hopped IPAs, and those are they're really hoppy, but they're not like, they're like subtle, nice hoppy.
Triple dry hop mega smash.
Hop bitch. I'd drink a beer called Hop Bitch.
Oh, I would drink hot bitch. On the front, it's got someone dancing around while someone shoots pistols at their feet.
Tag around with something like, not your daddy's hazy IPA. What about, because it is quite nice, just below Hazy Jane, and then we've got this, the Hazy Jane, Heavy Gravity in like a little group. I think there's not a lot in it, but I think Hazy Jane just kind of ekes it out.
It does have the lovely can, but I don't think the lovely can is enough to bump it above Hazy Jane.
What's under siege? Under siege?
What's under siege? 8 Ball. It was a rye IPA. Not rye as in like, oh, whimsical.
Oh, you.
I would put it down just above Clockwork, really. Although I do love the can. Actually, no, I don't love the can because I feel really sorry for the astronaut.
He's died a horrible death in this one.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe at some point the guy who designs all the Beavertown cans is like lost a girlfriend to an astronaut or something?
I confess, I wouldn't want to, but if it were an astronaut who I lost out to, it was a bit of like, yeah, well, you can't compete with that. I would put it just above Clockwork Orange.
And I'm going with Mark. I think that grouping looks good. I think that puts it either just below or just above Under Siege. Because it's Under Siege, I reckon it should go just below.
Deal.
Is that all right, Mark?
Yeah, well, why not?
Next one, 21. Ooh.
I love this already.
That can is amazing.
The can is amazing, it's gloriously shiny, and the name is tickling me immensely.
Deus Ex Botanical Black something.
Oh, I've got something very different. This is very exciting. It's an absolutely gorgeous can.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those shiny rockets and the skulls.
Ooh.
It's called Beavertown Frozen Neck.
Right.
It is a session IPA with edible glitter.
You should let our viewer know, because this will be right up her street.
So we have got a botanical black beer.
Which I was excited about until Mark drew glitter.
But it's got like mushrooms and stuff on the can, see? Coming out of a big metal cube that is a skull in space. This is weird.
This is not tasty.
It's like bad Coke. It's like Coke that's somehow gone wrong. Your initial mouth of it is like, Oh, it's like a boozy Coke. And then it very quickly goes, here's some stinging nettles, you fucker.
I'm getting engine bay cleaner, that kind of product.
Because it's so shiny.
There's some glitter in there, not a huge amount. I think it's subtle enough. If I didn't know there was glitter and I wasn't looking for it, you wouldn't notice it.
How's it taste? Because this is piss.
This is horrid.
Jesus, have you seen how dark this is? It's like an absence of beer. Is this what black holes taste like?
Like a nasty mushroom aftertaste. I applaud them for trying something new.
I can't help but feel let down by the amazing can and then the promise. But then, if I hadn't been pre-warned to look for it and put it in a clear glass, there's a bit of glitter going on, but not a lot.
Are you getting like is it fruity? Is it an IPA? Is it like
It's a 4.3. It says it's a session IPA.
right?
And it's very hard to describe. It's just very...
Try dipping your finger in it and then rubbing your finger on the back of your hand and seeing if the back of your hand goes sparkly.
Nope, it's just wet. I feel bad for Beavers. I think there are times they really deliver with the cherry cola, and the spicy boy did deliver, much I wasn't a big fan of it. But then there's been others like the tropical one, the blood orange, the watermelon, where the cans have been amazing, the names sound fantastic, and then it's just like, there's no...
I'd avoid this one like the fucking plague.
This is actively bad.
Well, that's good, because I haven't had that one yet, so it's probably in my box somewhere.
It's not as bad as you get through it.
It's got a lovely can and botanical beer. You're like, that's going to be brilliant. Something interesting, something weird. And it's just bad.
The name, Deus Ex Botanica, speaks to me on many levels, but fails to deliver.
It does almost taste like it's off.
Not mouldy or rotten, just like stale. Should have called it black mould or old laundry.
Probably would have scored higher because we love honesty.
Call it old laundry and have like a skeleton on the can doing washing.
It's not the worst one we've tried. It's not as bad as the one that tasted of wee and smelt of meat.
What's the one just above that?
The other lemony one,
Which wasn't bad, but it wasn't well, it was bad. It was like Jif lemon.
not good lemon, like a lemon curd or like a lemon meringue pie or like a...
Soury, horrible lemon. But in its favour, it didn't smell of meat.
In between those two, the can would lift it up, and the name?
No, I think the name puts it down.
Oh, because it's a lie.
Yeah.
There are some of these beers around the middle, which are beers, if we saw on tap, we'd never order. But I think there's definitely times, like if we're out on a night out, that I would go up to the bar and I would go, you know what, round the Spicy Boys.
If I didn't know what it was, and I saw on tap the mince pie beer, I'd be all over that like a dirty rash.
But I tell you what I wouldn't do, is I wouldn't be that guy that's like, can I have a little taster?
Do it or don't do it. Shit or get off the pot. Do or do not. There is no try.
Commit to a pint, or at worst a half pint.
What's worse, as a barman, and Mark will know because he used to be one, what's worse, someone asking for a taster or someone asking for a coffee?
We had a coffee machine, but it was an absolute pain to use.
Yeah, but how long ago were you a barman?
Oh, years and years ago.
Was the coffee machine a kettle and a little tub of Nescafe?
Annoying things were like people coming and going, you know, very much a student pub. People come in and go, what wines do you have?
Well, there's red or there's white.
Do you have a rosé? Yeah, I just pour them both in.
This pile of absolute horseshit, I think between the lemons, is that what we're saying?
Yeah, down with the lemons.
I will say this for it. The last mouthful of this was considerably better than the first mouthful.
Was that just a psychological swig of relief?
At no point during drinking that did I think, I'm not finishing this. It was mushroomy. It was dank. That's what it was. It was dank.
But not in the way that dank now means good.
No, not that. It was dank as in buried slightly underground.
It wasn't like actively gross in that, it was just nasty.
Do we want to try for a sign-off? I reckon someone else should come up with it this time.
No.
Fine.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Go drink some beer. You big...
No, don't, no. No.